Welcome to the start of our van build series. If you're new around here, we are officially building our own van for the first time in 3 years. We had 2 of our own vans previously. We've now built 13 vans, and we're doing a new build series because there's a lot we've learned over the years of building so many vans. So we're gonna give you some updates on where we're at in our van build. We've already done a few things, but quickly wanted to say thanks to Squarespace for sponsoring today's video. So we have already insulated the inside of the van with havelock wool and Reflectix. We do have another video on that if you want to know that process. We're getting ready to pull out the stock subfloor and insulate. We are doing a radiant heated floor in this and a cool new style flooring that we haven't done before. We're also going to be replacing the seats in today's video. Alex already got the vent fan in, and then Alex also got the hole cut in the back for the AC unit. We are waiting on an adapter ring that's going on top of the roof before we finish installing that. What else were we going to do in this video?
We're going to get the seat out of here.
We're going to get the seats out, the floor insulation. Installing the AC unit.
Yeah, so a lot of fun stuff.
Yeah, so we are installing a 12 volt, our heat just kicked on in the shop, sorry, it's kind of loud. A 12 volt Dometic AC unit, which is right down here. Love this thing. So that'll be going in the back over the bed area. Okay, time to pull the floor out, or I guess the seat out.
Let's do it.
Okay.
Filming.
I also just want to say, don't judge our Reflectix in here. We did not do this. We actually paid somebody else to do it, and it's not as pretty as we normally do it. It kind of makes me feel a little embarrassed.
Maybe my future brother-in-law.
It doesn't have to be pretty, it just has to work, right? Okay, how do we do this?
So, a little gray handle. Cool.
I just had 2 babies back to back. Also, don't judge my footwear.
Yeah, is your heel strapped in?
No, I better get my heel strap on. Strap in.
Definitely not OSHA approved. Okay, you ready?
Not really. Oh.
And there goes my back.
Literally weighs, what do you think? I think like 150 pounds.
It weighs a few pounds. Okay, pivot your end.
Whew, okay, I'm glad that's over. So our van is kind of an anomaly because it's a cargo van, but it came with the 3-person, I'm so out of breath. The 3-person Sprinter seat, which we're not using because it is so large. And because, like we talked about in one of our other videos, we want it to be kind of a dual function space. So we have a new seat that's getting installed that folds flat into a bed, and we're actually gonna have storage underneath it. So we'll have a drawer to store like probably diapers and kids' clothes and stuff. So taking those out, you can actually, if you're removing Sprinter seats, we did this with our first van that was a passenger van, you can actually sell these seats pretty easily. So we're selling this to a company that is actually going to be installing our other seats. Now when it comes, I quickly want to talk about seat installs. When it comes to installing, you know, an aftermarket seat, we highly recommend seeing a professional and not installing this yourself. We personally do not install seats. We recommend finding a local handicap install place that can do it. So like the handicap seats, lifts, all that stuff. Find a local spot that does those kinds of installs and have them install your seat, because typically they will do it. So that's where we're taking ours, is here in Meridian. There's a place called Access Vans, and they do those handicap seat installs. They actually previously did conversions too. So we're just gonna get these brackets out and then get the floor out. That was a lot of talking, I know, but we get asked all the time about seat installs, so that's what we recommend. See a professional. Don't do it yourself, and don't think one little washer and a nut on the other side is gonna hold a seat in if you get in an accident. If you are getting a Sprinter, we always recommend getting one with the stock subfloor in. This is a great base to build off of, isn't it, babe?
Sure is.
Tell them why.
Because it's designed and engineered by Mercedes for these vans.
Yep. So we build right on top of this, but we're taking it up to do the kill mat and the insulation. Woo! So, subfloor is out. Now we got some cleaning to do. Wait a bit.
Got her clean, didn't we, babe?
Yeah, looking pretty good. Minus a little bit of gunk stuck. Ugh. That is so sick.
So up here, there were a couple spots that looked maybe rusty, but ultimately most of it cleaned off. Now what I see are that there are a couple spots that the paint is scratched, and so those are actually the spots that I'm just going to hit with a little bit of a spray paint primer, like right there, before we put the kill mat down, just to make sure that we don't have any rust issues in the future, right, babe?
That's right. Got it prepped. So after we cleaned the floor, we went ahead and put kill mat down. Now we didn't put it everywhere, but we did the majority of it, especially the wheel wells. Kill mat's pretty heavy, so we only do the floor of the van with it. I know some people go crazy and do the walls and the ceiling and stuff, but in our opinion, it doesn't make that huge of a difference that you want to overkill and put that much extra weight into your van. I think all in all, we used about 2 boxes, and those are like 20 pounds a box, I'm pretty sure. Don't quote me on that. After that, we use mini cell foam. Got a little piece of it here. This is actually 3/8 inch. We've used 1/4 inch and we've used 1/2 inch. 1/4 inch wasn't really enough. 1/2 inch was a little too smushy. 3/8 inch is perfect. This is what we use to insulate the floor. Nice thing about this is you do not have to frame your floor at all to use this. You can run it right underneath your subfloor. Then we put the subfloor, stock subfloor back in. This is actually our client's van, but we're at the same point of the build. And Alex actually filmed a bunch of clips, but the mic was off. So just got to throw this update in here. And yeah, we are cruising along on our build. And I'm pretty sure Alex is coming back right now, and we just got the seats installed, and it's pretty exciting. So we were talking about the flooring in here. We just got our van back from getting all the seats installed, so we quickly wanted to show you guys that. We already have the bathroom framed out in here. That's going to be next build video. It's going to be all about how to frame your bathroom. So we are jumping ahead a little bit on some of the things we've done. We'll give you guys updates as we go. But yes, we just got the seats in. Now, they definitely don't match. We knew that ordering from 2 different companies, they probably weren't gonna match. So I think we're gonna end up getting this reupholstered. We thought it was gonna be close enough, but honestly, it's a little too orange. But now we're talking about the flooring and maybe replacing it, because this like chevron herringbone pattern does not click together well, and it's already starting to separate. So there's that. When you do something new and use something you haven't used before, sometimes you have to redo it. So that's the update there. I wanted to show you guys the seats. Let me jump in here really quick. So we got these amazing Scheelman seats, which I love this color, and are heated. But yeah, I just love how these look. They're gorgeous. It is so pretty and nice. And that was one of the reasons why we bought a used van this time, because we knew we wanted to replace the seats in the front. And yes, these are from Scheelman. They're heated and just like way more ergonomic. I'm really excited about these, so take it for a little seat. Oh yeah, that's comfortable. But yeah, you can see this is like the nice brown leather color, and the seat's just like pretty orange. Anyway, one of the things that's great about the Scheelman seats is they're more adjustable. They actually remind me of the new leatherette seats that they do in the 2019 and newer Sprinters, but because again ours was older, we decided we wanted to replace them, and love how they look. Super comfortable. And then yes, this is our seat that converts to a bed. So are we replacing the floor?
Panels. We are replacing the floor. I'm not happy with it.
That's what I was saying, when you do new things.
It doesn't click together as well as just the rectangle sectional pieces do. So you know, you try something and if it doesn't work, you want it to be durable. So we're gonna go ahead and take it all out and put a new flooring down.
Yep.
I am taking it on myself to take more pictures and create more blog content in the van layout guide, where we're actually going to be sharing more step by step. I just did a blog post on how to build out your benches. I'm going to be adding to that how to finish your benches, how to add the top. So just a lot more step by step of little details of the build process that we haven't had time to dive into before, but we've just been getting so many questions on it. I just want to continue to provide value for all of you DIYers out there.
Yeah, which we don't use steel studs for the benches anymore. The only thing we use, I feel like everybody always thinks we still do that, but we only use steel studs to frame out the bathroom now. So if you want to learn how we do build our benches, Alex did just do a post about that last week.
Or if you want to learn how we build out the bathroom with steel studs, there's
That's
a post in
in
the
there too.
van layout guide
Yeah.
about that too.
So, perfect time to talk about our sponsors, Squarespace. Our van layout guide website and our own website was built with Squarespace. One of our favorite features about Squarespace is that there are just plug and play templates that you can customize to make it feel branded, exactly what you want, and then you have the control in your own hands to go in and make edits on your own website anytime you want, because it's a really easy drag and drop editor. It's really easy to also create blog posts. Like we mentioned, we always create blog content in the van layout guide and on our own website. And again, that's all just built in with Squarespace. It truly is an all-in-one platform. We absolutely love them. I'm sure you've heard us talk about them before, but it really is because we are a huge supporter of Squarespace and have been using them now for like 7 years. You always want to say 5 years, but it's been like 7 years now
Yeah.
of Squarespace.
Exactly. So if you are ready to get started and build a website, maybe to share your van build, then go to squarespace.com for a free 2-week trial. And when you're ready to purchase, go to squarespace.com/40 hours for 10% off your website or domain.
Got the ceiling furring up. So this is poplar right there. And we do this the same way we showed in our build series way back in the day. So if you want to know how we do it, you can check that video out. But we also use foam board insulation on the ceiling, in our opinion, just a little bit easier to work with instead of doing wool up there. So we are going to sit down and do a little bit of Q&A. This is kind of the new format of our van build series. I'm going to show you what's going on with our van and then sit down, do a little Q&A, and also share some family stuff. Maybe Bambi and Nugget are going to make an appearance.
Oh,
Some of
they've
you
been
guys have
requesting
been
it.
missing. So because this week's video was about insulation, furring, installing the seats, we asked our van layout guide community what questions they have on those topics, and we are getting some good ones rolling in. So the first one is from Jennifer. She said, what is the purpose of furring strips? Why not just use the metal beams?
So we use furring as anything that we talk about that is being screwed into the metal to provide an attachment point for either cabinets, finish wall material, or ceiling material. So we do furring strips on the roof of the van, and then we also use furring on the walls. Now, what she's talking about, why not just use the metal strips? By metal strips, I'm assuming she's talking about the ceiling of your van. Why not just mount your shiplap or tongue and groove or whatever you're using directly to the metal? Now, you can do that. Lots of people do, especially if you're tall. That's going to get you a van height inside that's closer to 6'3" than 6'1". We do lose we lose about 1.5 inches, almost a little less than 1.5 inches with the way that we do our furring plus the ceiling material. But the reason that we like this is because we can then use nails to put up our finished material versus screwing it in. And if you're going to screw in your material to the vertical supports of the roof, you're going to see the screws.
That and the vertical ribs of the van are actually curved. So
Yeah.
your ceiling will be a little bit curved. The way we do our furring for the ceiling straightens out the ceiling a little bit so that we're not working with that curve when you're using shiplap. It just, in our opinion, looks a little cleaner, that nice flat ceiling.
So if you are going to do it, keep in mind that wherever you place those screws, try to do it in a way that they are evenly spaced so that it looks good.
Ian asked, what wood size and type do you use for wall furring strips, and how do you secure them to the walls, i.e. glue, screws, etc.?
There's a couple different qualities of furring material you can buy. You could use just straight poplar, which is going to be the most expensive. You could buy like the really cheap ratty furring at Home Depot. You could buy common board, I've used a combination of all of those except for the really cheap stuff. You can use a 1x3. I now really like to use a 1x5 or a 1x4, something a little bit wider because it gives me more of an attachment point to nail into. So that's typically what I've been using. We don't really use poplar for the walls. What I've actually found at Home Depot, they have a bed slat, and a bed slat material is really nice because it's really straight. It's in a smaller section. It's like 40 inches long, which is plenty long for any of the sections that you need. And it's already pre-sanded and got like nice smooth edges on it. So if you can find bed slat material, it's a little bit more expensive than just buying 8-foot common board, but I really like using that.
Helen asks, how important is it to insulate all the nooks and crannies between the support beams of the van? I use small cans of spray foam for those, but it was definitely very spotty. This is a huge topic in the van life world. I feel like everybody could debate insulation 10 million different ways. And the bottom line comes down to this. Don't overthink it. There's only so much you can insulate, and if you're putting in windows, that's gonna be your biggest heat loss and cold transfer. So if you're gonna install 5 windows in your van and you went crazy insulating every single nook and cranny, well, in the real life world, all those windows are where you're gonna be losing your heat and your cold anyway. So there's no point in going totally nutso on the insulation.
Exactly. If you're planning on putting a skylight in your van, but you're worried about insulation, you're thinking about van life all wrong.
Not only that, but again, one of the biggest transfers of heat and cold is the front cab, which there's not much you can do to insulate the front of your cab. You can get a curtain to separate that off, and it definitely helps with some of that heat and cold there.
You can insulate above the headliner.
Yeah.
There are things you can do, but those small nooks and crannies, I mean,
do your best.
Yeah, spending more time on that than other aspects of your build isn't gonna really help you.
Yep. So hopefully you like this little Q&A section of each video that we're gonna do. Each topic, we're gonna do a little Q&A.
We need like a little jingle. Q&A!
With Alex and Sarah.
No. With Sarah and Alex.
Sorry.
Wow, you flipped it.
Well,
I was first that time.
I wasn't gonna put myself first.
What?
You're right here.
You have the whole time.
And here comes the star of the show.
Someone just woke up.
Somebody slept in his own room last night and slept through the night. Mr. Whalen. Oh my goodness.
Or as we like to call him, Mr. Chunkers.
Yeah, Mr.
boy.
Chunky Boy. Hey, can we get a smile?
Come on, tickle, tickle.
Hi, it's Mama. Is that blowing
He
up?
likes that.
Oh, 15.6 pounds. Pure chunk right there. Oh yes, hello everybody, it's Bambi. You might have missed me. I promise my parents are taking good care of me, as you can tell by the fact that I'm now fat. Whoa. I eat a lot of food.
Hello Nuggeteers. It's been a minute. I heard there's been many requests from my fans to see me again. Just so you know, I've just been hanging out here in Idaho. It's winter, so it's freaking cold. But you know, I'm staying warm with like 16 blankets stacked on top of me every single day.
Where's the frog? Where's the truck? Where's the bird? Yeah, you're so smart. That is it for now. Lots of exciting stuff coming up soon. Thanks for bearing with us as we, had our second kid and haven't been creating as much content, but we are really excited about what's to come this year and the hiring that we're doing so that we have more free time to actually create this content.
Exactly.
So we will see you guys next time. Get excited for the van build series. If you are excited, be sure to like this video and subscribe, and we'll see you guys next time. Toodaloos. Right when the battery is about to die. Perfect timing.